I was delighted to see her again. The judge and I have known each other for years. She is on the Second Circuit, which is the circuit I'm admitted to, and I've argued a number of cases before the Second Circuit, and I've watched her in there, watched her as a district judge, as a Second Circuit Court of Appeals judge. She makes me think of Justice Souter, somebody with a great legal mind, impeccable credentials. If she's confirmed, she'll be the only member of the court with experience as a trial court judge, which I think is extremely important because you have a different perspective as an appellate court judge than as a trial court judge. I'm glad to see her restrained as a judge. We don't need somebody who's going to be undercutting Congress, second-guessing, or being an activist, and she's not. I had wanted somebody outside the judicial monastery. Here's her background was such that she had a lot of experience outside the judicial monastery. So I think whether you're from the South Bronx, or the south side of Chicago, or South Burlington, Vermont, your life experiences do shape you. She's never forgotten where she is from. Let me just say one thing on a personal point of view. I know how difficult it is for somebody who's nominated. They can't answer charges. They can't speak out while they're a nominee. It's a lot different than those of us who run for elective office and we're in a debate a day. I think some of the attacks made against her have been among the most vicious I've ever seen by anybody when you have the leaders of the Republican Party. One called her the equivalent of the head of the Ku Klux Klan. Another called her a bigot. The one thing that gives me any consolation is the senators, the Republican senators, have not done that, and they've resisted from it. What she said was, of course, one's life experience shapes who you are, but ultimately and completely, and she used those words, ultimately and completely, as a judge, you follow the law. There's not one law for one race or another. There's not one law for one color or another. There's not one law for rich and a different one for poor. There's only one law. And she said, ultimately and completely, a judge has to follow the law no matter what their upbringing has been. I think of my own basic upbringing when I was a prosecutor. I had to make up my mind based on what the law was and what somebody had done, not what might have been my own background.